here I am. I am officially done with chemo. So it is day 7 post chemo, and I will be honest, this last round kicked my butt in ways I never knew were possible. Here he comes. Okay, come down here then. Come down here. Good boy. It's been a really hard week, but yesterday I had a very good day, very long, just productive day, and I don't want to confuse the two, that it was a good day because it was super productive, even though there is some truth there. I want to celebrate resting and recouping as well, but it's been a while since I've had just a full day of being out in my shop, and I went on a long walk in the morning with Baker, and then we went to the dog park, right? and then I went out to dinner with my mom and my godmother. Oh, on top of it, it was probably about 75 degrees and sunny and beautiful out, and now it's back to being cloudy, but that's okay. Where do I even begin to wrap up what the last 5 months has been? I don't think that there's any way that I really can yet. I think that I'm still very much in the processing of the trauma of what I just went through and continue to go through, to be honest, but I will do my best. So I'm not even sure that this video is going to be very long, because I really just wanted to touch base and to tell you that I'm still here, and I don't have any plans of ending this channel or not continuing to post videos. That whole experience was way harder than I ever thought it was going to be, I think, in the beginning. Like, I truly believe that I was going to be able to document the whole process and take you along with each treatment and the weeks that followed each treatment, but it was just about survival and just getting through each week. I haven't had any extra creative bandwidth other than just kind of doing the bare minimum of work that I could do over the last few months. Well, aside from finding out that my free T4, which is part of your thyroid function, those levels were 4 times lower than they should be, and getting my medication changed a couple days ago, and dramatically feeling better like overnight once I did, I've just been so tired and have just had no bandwidth for putting out anything other than just the bare minimum right now. And I know that that is okay, but it's really easy to beat yourself up when you want to put out content and you have ideas, but you just don't have the bandwidth or the energy to really put it all together cohesively, or film and edit and do all the things. And I don't ever want this to feel like something I have to do instead of something that I want to show up and do. Yesterday, something did switch inside of me where it clicked that I don't have to go back and do anymore, and it was like something changed inside of my body too. And I think my thyroid being low, extremely low, also was having a huge effect. I basically slept the first 5 days post-treatment away. I couldn't believe how tired I was. And that's not to say I'm not tired still, but I definitely have a lot more energy and excitement to get back into things. That being said, I know what is most likely to come, and it came last time I went through cancer, and that is just the backlash of emotions and processing what I just went through on a deeper level. Although I feel like this time I'm much more equipped with tools to get through it. Last time I sunk into a deep depression afterwards, and it was a really hard year of recovery. I don't want to be fooled into thinking that something similar may not happen, although now I'm on an antidepressant and I have bigger and better tools and a bigger and better community of people that I can talk to. I want to make sure that I'm being true to myself and just taking each day as I go and really getting out my thoughts and my feelings through my writing. And speaking of which, I have a new blog post up that I just published this morning. It's called I'm Done, and it just kind of goes into some deeper thoughts on just the finality of this process and how in reality, like, it's not done. The hard work is just beginning. It's picking up the pieces of what just happened and what I just went through and trying to figure out how to move forward. I've heard this comment a lot, and it's like, you know, I'm so glad that this is done now and you can just put it all behind you. And my friends, this is far from done. And there is no just putting it all behind you. First of all, I have 2 more years of immunotherapy, which is hard for me to wrap my head around as well. And I've decided just to take that treatment by treatment, because if I have bad side effects from it, I don't know that I can do it for 2 years. And then there's scans and follow-up and just the overall anxiety of all the what ifs that come up along the way. So this is never really done. It's just learning how to live with the what ifs and learning how to grieve better, being more present in my life. That is a huge takeaway, and living more in the moment instead of kind of worrying about the past and the future, which is always easier said than done. So what is next in this journey? I will have my first scan in 3 weeks, I think on May 19th, and that will check to see if there's any new tumors or growths. And then I'm supposed to have immunotherapy every 3 weeks, but my oncologist did say that I could possibly do it every 6 weeks, which honestly sounds really appealing right now to me. I feel like I just need a little bit of a break and to be able to pick up the pieces a little bit more before I go back in. There's on one hand that, and then there's diving back into more full-time work or 3/4 time work. You know, I had a pretty good day yesterday, but today I'm exhausted and I just am doing stuff indoors. If you can't really see behind me, but I have to organize all of my office stuff because I am turning that closet behind me into more of my desk. I'm going to build a desk inside of it. So all of that will be housed inside of that closet in a very organized fashion because I got rid of the desk because I'm still working on the bookcases, but hoping to finish those. And I really just want to take some time to get some of my home projects that have been in limbo finished so I can move on to some other things. And then of course I have a really long list of commissions that I am just behind on. So I'd like to start really cranking through those. I also have a really exciting and beautiful new geometric woodworking collection coming out called Glimmers of Hope, and that will be put up for display in a gallery in Ellensburg, Washington on June 1st. And I will have it here or here. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it entails, but this came to me out of nowhere, which is kind of how all of my pieces come to me. And I'm using foil, artisan foil, to kind of give a little bit of a glimmer. And that represents just the glimmers of hope you feel along the way when you're going through something like this, and how you kind of grasp onto those to keep you going. So I will show more on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. And the rest of the day is just going to be running some errands and working on some indoor projects and just kind of resting. And I imagine that moving forward, it's probably going to be a lot of like having a full day of work, and then the next day maybe working a little bit or taking the day to do admin stuff, which I need to get honestly in a better habit of doing. I feel so incredibly behind in so many different areas of my life right now. This month is just about getting back on track and kind of letting the remnants of chemo and chemo brain leave my body so that I can be a little bit more clear-headed, just get back into focus and living my life. That doesn't have anything to do with carving out 5 to 7 days of feeling like utter crap from treatment. I also woke this morning with a couple new, I think on this side, a couple new eyebrows. I've been using these peptides to stimulate hair growth, and I have lots of fuzzies on my head, but nothing like really concrete yet. I imagine in the next 6 weeks, once my body realizes it's not going to go back into treatment, I should start growing the hairs back, which I'm very excited for. So hopefully by July I'll have a good amount of stubble. That's what I'm thinking. And then by the time my mom and I go to Hawaii in September, I should have a good buzz cut, maybe cute little pixie. If I didn't say it in the video before, my mom and I were generously gifted a trip to Hawaii by some family friends so that we could just go and rest and recuperate after not only this, but just the last year with losing my stepdad and then me moving down in this apartment and then getting sick. So that'll be pretty amazing. I am gonna try to be more consistent. Again, I'm just taking the time the next few weeks to just continue to recover and heal and give myself space to come back to a place where things flow better through me on a creative level. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to pump out video content, just going to be sharing when I feel inspired and go from there. It feels good to be putting this out. It feels good to be done with treatment. And I think it's still just hitting me that I just went through that. And that was hands down the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my life. And I'm glad it's done. Thank you so much for all of the love and support and kind words and comments. I read every single one of them. I'm not the best at responding to them. I will try to be better, but you know, the task of even responding to comments right now on Instagram and here or other social media platforms has just been overwhelming me. And so hopefully in the future I can be better at it. But again, not putting any pressure, but know that I read every single one of them and I adore them. And I am always grateful for them. With that being said, I am gonna wrap up this video. And if you feel inclined, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up and like so that it can circulate better. And I will see you next time. Bye.